Hey, what's up, you guys? So I wanted to do a highlight on a Tesla rifle I run, and I feel like a lot of people should start running this if you're not running them yet. I mean, they're not necessary unless you're doing like playing for like trying to get XP or like trying to get tags on anything. Like most people use Teslas whenever you're like in a big group and you're not trying to kill the monster, you should want to hit them and tag them. So this is the Tesla I'm recommending right now. It's it's a little rough trying to share tags with it because it does have explosive effect. I added the fractures mod on it. So what the fracture mod does is um when you cripple a limb, the limb explodes. So if you watch my past video, the head also counts as a limb. And then I went ahead and I added 50 limb damage. I added it just for the fact that people are gonna be like, yo, you should put 50 limb on it. Um but let me go ahead and show you. Let me try to rally up a bunch of these little monsters. So whenever I make a video, I try to tend to play with the gun for like a whole day, just so like I at least know what I'm talking about. So I've been using limb damage for maybe like 2 hours, not a whole day, but maybe 2 hours. And I'm noticing if you have limb damage or any other second star mod, it don't affect it. And so let me see if I have a couple of them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and aim for the head. So as you can see, um, when you aim for the head, they blow up. Oh, so this is a really fun and cool gun to use. Just for the same fact, like let's say you're doing Radiation Rumble or you're at the Queen or you're doing Earl, anywhere you're at where there's a bunch of little mobs, um, this is really helpful. But as you can see, I'm crippling more heads, and they don't really explode too often. But it's weird because they do explode often. So it's just weird. So as you can see now, they're not exploding often. So I think that's all of them. Let me go to a different location. And then it's like this thing works whenever it wants to work. Um so sometimes I'm noticing I'm having better chances at when I VATS onto monsters, and then other times I'm having good chances when I just shoot the ground. So I don't know if the perk or the 4-star is bugged or something. But I can't get like the same test to go over and over and over. It's always something different. Like it other like sometimes I'll be playing for like 30 minutes and every time I cripple they explode, and other times whenever I just aim they explode. So it's like you can see I'm just shooting and one of them exploded. Um so boom. So it's odd. Like I don't know if it's better to be aimed with it or better to be VATS with it. So it's literally the same thing. So if you aim with it, you VATS with it, no matter what, it just randomly I'm overweight. It randomly affects. Um, and another thing, I used well, I'm using what am I using? I'm using 50 limb, let's say P, just for the fact that people will be like, oh, this is what you should run or whatever. So I'm running that to show you guys. Um, so again, I'm VATSing, they don't explode, and then I aim, they don't explode, but sometimes they do. It's like whenever you want. Um, so this just shows you, you could either aim with it, you could VATS with it, right there, just shot at the ground. Like, this perk works whenever it wants to work. Like, or this effect, or this mod, or it just works whenever it wants to work. So that's what most people would say to use. So let me go ahead and show you again. Oh. So I'm running 50 limb, less VATS cost. So that's what most people would want you to use. What I recommend to use, since I'm noticing no difference in the limb damage 2-star, I would recommend you putting Hitman on. And what Hitman does is 25% more damage when you're aiming, and it being a Tesla, I tend to aim pretty often. And then for the 3rd-star, I would recommend you using Intelligence. It's 3% extra intelligence. So the reason I prefer this over the limb one, as Well, I'm telling you, the limb don't have an effect. It's just that the perk works whenever it wants to work, and it don't work whenever I don't want to work. So I don't see why you would run the limb damage. I mean, technically it makes sense, but in like real game world action, it don't it don't do anything. Um, so another thing why you want to use intelligence over less VATS cost is you shouldn't really be VATSing that often. Like it has no effect if you VATS or you aim. It's literally random. From what I'm seeing, I mean, I've been playing with it for like a whole day, and I'm not seeing any difference between aiming and VATSing. It just pops whenever it feels like it, I guess. I don't know if it's like your luck has something to do with it, or your perception has something to do with it, or I tried even 50 bat hit chance, and that has no difference on it. It's still random. Like sometimes you could go through a whole location and not get a single explosive, and other times you go to a location and everything is exploding. So it's just random. Let me try to hoard up these little monsters real quick, so I could show you that if I get at least 2 or 3 of them to pop, that shows you that you could use you don't need limb damage. Oh, they didn't pop. It's just so hard of a video to make because I made that video a couple of times because like I said, sometimes they pop and sometimes they don't. Like you can see right there, that's 2 whole pops in one little area. So it's like it's a hard video to like try to make people believe you that it don't like limb damage don't work. Um I just need like a place where I can go to where there's like so many monsters, but we don't have a place like that unless there's like an actual event going. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the video. Like I said, trust me, I've been playing with this for a whole day. You do not need limb damage, and you don't need to be vaccinated. You just gotta get lucky, to be honest. Like it's weird. Like I could go around the whole thing and not get a single explosive, and then the next day get nothing but explosives. But yeah, this is oh, this is another one. This is a quad Tesla. I recommend quad. Oh, I recommend quad, and then 25 damage while aiming, and 3 intelligence, and then the 4 stars fracture. But if you want to go ahead and do the 50 limb damage and less AP, that's another good one to run. It's preference, whatever you prefer, I guess. But I'm telling you, you don't need the limb damage, less fast cost. Peace out, you guys. Hopefully you try this Tesla.